Hi everyone, welcome back. As you can see, I've got another cake video. We are doing a SpongeBob theme, so let's get right into it. I'm using a 10-inch cake board today. I am using 2 layers of chocolate cake. These are 8-inch square cakes, and I'm filling it with my buttercream recipe. So you can see I am pushing my frosting out to the edge so that it's easier for me when I do the crumb coat. Putting the top layer on and doing a very thin crumb coat. I'm making sure that I get in between the layers of my chocolate cake so I don't have any gaps showing. As you saw at the beginning of my video, I have my cake standing, and so if you didn't notice, I did not put any frosting on my cake board before I started working on my cakes. And that's because I will be moving my cake and having it stand on my cake board instead. So I want to make sure that I'm able to move my cake without having it glued onto my cake board. And I'm not going completely down to my cake board as well also. And of course, like I mentioned, I want to be able to still move my cake. I'm cleaning off my cake board and placing this into the freezer before taking it out so that I can move it and have it stand on my cake board. Going in with my spatula and just making sure my cake is not stuck on my board. And just going to do a quick stand onto my board, just like that. Now I'm going to clean off my cake board and doing a crumb coat onto the back of my cake. Just putting the excess buttercream off to the side, and then as you can see, this part right here needs a crumb coat, and I will just put a small amount of frosting on top of my cake and work all the way down. This will also be my final crumb coat onto the cake, making sure I get to all ends and corners of my cake. I've never done a cake this tall before, I don't think. And so trying to get the crumb coat onto this cake was a little bit tricky. As I got to the sides of my cake, I wasn't quite sure what will work best, if I went up and down or sideways. But I made it work. And you guys, I've had this cake idea in my mind for a few months, probably since I started baking again. I had the idea that I wanted to do a standing cake, whether that be a square cake as you see here or a half dome, but I knew I wanted to have a standing cake. So today I got the chance to put this cake together. Fresh out of the freezer again. Now we are doing the final coat on my cake. I have this tinted in 2 different shades of blue. Now the idea was I wasn't going for smooth sides on my cake, rather than I want my cake to have straight edges instead. And just to remind myself that I am working with an underwater theme cake, and so getting this cake smooth was definitely not part of my plan. At this point, I just wanted to have my cake frosted and make sure that all sides are nice and even before I start the decorating part. The final frosting did take a lot longer than I had wanted it to, and I think it's only because I've never really done a standing cake like this before. So this was definitely a new challenge for me today. I'm going in with my tall cake scraper and just scraping off any excess buttercream and placing that back onto my cake and smoothing it out, adding additional frosting where it needs to be. And the cake scraper definitely helps guide me to where I need to put more frosting onto my cake. I'm repeating the process with my cake scraper and my offset spatula until I get the consistency that I want on my cake. And I think the last time I even did a SpongeBob cake, which was also my first time doing a SpongeBob cake, was a little bit over 10 years ago. That SpongeBob cake I had done for my nephew. I don't remember how old he was, maybe 3, maybe 4. But he's almost 15 right now, and so it's been a while. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, at that time, I didn't even know what SpongeBob SquarePants was. My sister had given me some toys to put on that cake when I was making it for him. Here's a picture of the first SpongeBob cake that I made. It's also on my YouTube channel, so check that out as well. It was a 2-tier cake with a marshmallow SpongeBob house on top. But with this one, we are just keeping it with one layer. My cake is now out of the refrigerator again, and we are starting with decorating. And I always love this part. If I could have someone bake the cake for me, that would be so perfect because I just love the cake decorating part. Oh, yeah, and also if someone could do the cleaning for me because you don't want to see what's behind me right now. I'm just using a small circle tip and just doing some of these little flowers onto the cake. I'm using different colors of pink and yellow, and that's what I'm using today for the flowers on my SpongeBob cake. And I will be doing these all around each side. I am leaving some spaces in between because I have other stuff that I want to add to the cake, and so I'm just adding these little flowers to where I feel like it needs to. And unfortunately, I did not record the first part of me making the SpongeBob house. But as you can see, it's the same concept as my fairy cake if you had watched that. I just use a round circle tip with some orange frosting, and I just piped on the shape that I wanted, and I smoothed it out with this little cute spatula. Once I was done smoothing it out, I went back in with the same spatula and just did these little pineapple texture onto his house, starting from the bottom and going to the top. And when I was done with that, I went back in and piped his blue door. This is the exact same concept that I had done his house. And now I'll smooth out the door with the same spatula that I've been using. And then once I was done smoothing this out, I went back in with that same blue and just piped in the little circle that was on his door. And going back and doing his windows, which he has 2 on the front of his little pineapple house. So those are the 2 that I am piping on. I decided the door also needed a border, so I piped that in, as well as his little chimney, which is also will be in the same color blue. I used the leaf tip right here, which is the tip 352, to do the pineapple leaves on his house. And then I decided to pipe a border around the house, and that's what I did. I just used a small circle tip to complete that part. And then when I was happy with the outcome, I decided to go back in with the same pink and piped in some little jellyfish just floating around. And I decided to do this all around my cake as well. I am leaving the texture as it is because I don't want my little jellyfishes to be flat on my cake. So I want them to be a little bit more of a 3D shape. And like I said, you guys, I've been thinking about making this cake for a few weeks now. I thought about it the night before, and yes, I lost sleep with it, in case you're wondering. Usually when I have a cake design in my head, I just think about that and I think about what I want to do. I think about how much frosting I need and the type of cake that I want to do. And all that is just runs wild in my mind. This will definitely be one cake that I can cross off my list until maybe next time. Now that I'm done with the jellies, I'm going back in and just piping the little flowers next to his house. I think I saw a few pictures that SpongeBob did had a few flowers next to his house. And then piping some bubbles all around my cake for some extra texture design. And if any of you guys are wondering, if you guys make this cake, how are you guys going to cut it? You can easily cut it standing as it is, or you can lay it back down and cut the cake that way. But I think either way will work just fine. If you do decide to make this cake, let me know. This will definitely be a showstopper for any birthday occasion or just a SpongeBob lover. And you guys, this is not peanut butter. This is frosting that I just have tinted in brown just to do the sand. I used the same brown and just tinted that a little bit black. And that's what I'm using for his little walk path. And then using my spatula again, I am just going back in with the same brown and just putting little dollops onto his little walking path as little stones or rocks. And you guys, this cake was definitely fun to make. Like I said earlier, if you guys decide to make this cake, let me know. Share your cakes with me on Instagram. That's where I'm always at. I would love to see your creations. Just going back in with some final touches, I am adding some seaweed on here with the same leaf tip. And you guys, the original idea was not just to have SpongeBob's house, but I wanted Squidward and also Patrick's house on this cake as well also. But plans just kind of changed and this is what I did today instead. This is what my cake looks like. If you guys have stuck around until the end of this video, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow my Instagram where I will be posting lots of pictures and videos of this cake. Thanks for watching everyone, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.